Mom was a system player, one of those people who travel between worlds completing missions. After she succeeded in her quest, she left this world behind, leaving me with 4 dads. Dad 1, Dominic Blackwood, was a billionaire CEO whose wealth could rival a small nation. Dad 2, Sebastian Cole, was a household name, an award-winning actor loved by millions. Dad 3, Dr. Ethan Hayes, was a brilliant physician whose medical skills were legendary. Dad 4, Marcus Kane, held a position of immense power in the government. These 4 men spoiled me rotten for 16 years. If I wanted the stars, they wouldn't dare offer me the moon instead. That is, until 3 years ago, when Vivian, the daughter of their first love, came back into their lives. From that day forward, everything changed. The 4 dads believed only her, never me. She said I called her filthier than a dog and didn't deserve to live in the house, so my dads made me eat dog food and sleep in a dog kennel. She said I brought classmates to bully her at school, so my dads pulled me out and hired 3 thugs to beat me at home for 3 straight months. After Vivian claimed, yet again, that I pushed her, my dads locked me in a dog cage without food or water for 3 days and nights to teach me a lesson. When I was on the verge of starvation, I heard Mom's voice. "Natalie, do you want to come back to me?" I jolted awake. Then I realized the voice wasn't Mom's, it was the system. It told me that when Mom left, she'd reserved an option for me. If I wanted, I could go to her world. Of course I wanted to, but the words caught in my throat. I asked the system, will being with Mom be better than this? If she loved me, why didn't she take me with her in the first place? The system explained that Mom had only taken this mission because Grandma was gravely ill. She wanted to save her, so she came to this world. Back in her original world, Mom was just a college sophomore. Saving Grandma had drained all her savings, and the family was drowning in debt. At the time, the 4 dads promised that no matter which of them was my biological father, they would all treat me as their own. They begged Mom to leave them something to remember her by. Parents who love their children plan for their future. Mom didn't want me to suffer with her, so she left me here. "Natalie," the system said gently, as if stroking my hair, "your mom has been waiting for you all these years. She hasn't dated anyone, hasn't gotten married. She bought a small apartment and has been waiting. Will you go to her?" I nodded. The system sighed in relief. It said that once my body in this world died, I could see Mom. Hearing this, I took off my clothes and tied them into a knot around the bars of the cage. I'd seen it on TV. If you put your head through and let your body drop, you'll die. Luckily, the cage was big enough and I was short enough. After I slipped my head through the noose, my neck began to tighten. The suffocating sensation spread quickly. My consciousness started to fade, but I felt happy. Soon I'd see Mom. But before I could savor the feeling, I heard someone calling my name. The cage door flew open and I was pulled down. As oxygen rushed back into my lungs, I looked up and met a pair of panicked eyes. Mr. Blackwood. The title slipped out instinctively. Immediately, I regretted it, because the panic in Dominic's eyes was instantly replaced by disgust. "Don't call me that. You don't deserve it." Dominic Blackwood was my CEO dad. Of the 4, he'd spoiled me the most. Many people thought he was my biological father, because our eyes looked so similar. All these years, I'd lived in Dominic's mansion. Whatever I wanted, he bought for me. He used to say that even if I wanted the stars from the sky, he'd pull them down for me. But that love ended 3 years ago. That's when Dominic brought Vivian back from abroad. Only then did I learn that besides Mom, the 4 of them had another woman they'd loved, their white moonlight. Back then, that woman had betrayed them all for money and fled overseas. It was Mom who appeared and saved them, helping them heal from that betrayal, bit by bit. Later, when the woman was dying abroad, she called Dominic to apologize and begged him to adopt Vivian. The 4 dads told me Vivian was a bit younger than me and asked me to get along with her peacefully. And I really did try to treat her like a sister. But from the very beginning, Vivian wanted to steal all their love for herself. Mysterious bruises would appear on her body, and she'd claim I'd hit her. She'd suddenly tumble down the stairs and say I'd pushed her. As the number of times she accused me grew, the dad's disappointment in me deepened, until the day Vivian was cornered in an alley by a dozen thugs who assaulted her. When those thugs were caught, they all claimed I'd hired them. I had no way to defend myself. From that day on, I became a criminal in this house. The 4 dads forbade me from calling them dad. I was moved from my princess bedroom to a dog cage. Every servant cursed me as a murderer. Being beaten, insulted, and starved became my daily routine. Snapping back to the present, I quickly lowered my head. "I'm sorry, Mr. Blackwood." Even so, Dominic wasn't satisfied. "Natalie Spencer, what the hell were you trying to do? Stage a suicide? Trying to get our attention? But you're too stupid. Killing yourself in a place like this, it's so filthy here that even if your corpse rotted, no one would notice." So he thought I was putting on a show. I didn't argue. I just asked, confused, "Mr. Blackwood, why did you come here?" "You hate dirty places." Dominic frowned. "This is my house. I go wherever I want. I came here to warn you. Today is Vivian's birthday. Don't cause trouble for her. At the very least, you can't die here." I nodded obediently. So he saved me because he didn't want me dying in the mansion and ruining Vivian's day. Fine. I'll just die somewhere else. Chapter 2. After Dominic left the kennel, I left the Blackwood mansion too. I bought a bottle of pesticide and went to the place where Mom used to live. Holding Mom's photo, I lay on the bed and picked up the bottle, ready to drink. Then I stopped. If I died like this and someone found me, it would cause trouble for the police. So I wrote a suicide note explaining that I'd taken my own life. The pesticide tasted bitter, like fire burning from my tongue down to my stomach. I quickly lost consciousness. "Mom, I'm coming." I don't know how much time passed, but I felt my stomach churning. After vomiting violently, I woke up from the discomfort. Seeing an unfamiliar ceiling, I sat up in joy. The word Mom was on my lips when I locked eyes with Dr. Hayes. Ethan Hayes stood before me in his white coat, holding my suicide note in his hand. His fingers trembled slightly from gripping it too hard. Finally, he threw the note in my face. "Natalie Spencer, you've got some nerve. Now you're using death to force us to pay attention to you? If you're going to kill yourself, at least do it somewhere else." "Why there? Do you know you defiled your mother's home?" Dr. Hayes' shouting left me stunned. Of all 4 dads, I'd liked the doctor the most. Ethan Hayes was a medical expert, brilliant in both Western and traditional medicine. He used to teach me medical knowledge and even acupuncture. He was gentle and fun, and spent the most time with me. I once truly believed he was my biological father. Even when Vivian first appeared, he didn't shower her with attention like the other 3. Instead, He told me, Natalie, you're Dr. Hayes' only daughter. No one can take your place. Until the day Vivian fainted in public. Ethan found an acupuncture needle in the back of her head. When he asked Vivian what happened, she suddenly knelt before me. Sister, I'm sorry. I didn't tell Dr. Hayes about this. He discovered it himself. Please, stick another needle in me if you want. That was the first time I'd seen Ethan truly angry. His face full of disappointment, he said, Natalie Spencer, I taught you these skills to save lives, not to kill people. No matter how I explained, he refused to believe me. Because aside from him, I was the only one in the house who could insert a needle there. Ethan, calm down. Only then did I notice Dominic was also in the hospital room, his face dark. Natalie seems to be having mental issues. She tried to kill herself at home once, then drank pesticide at Mrs. Spencer's old place. I suspect. Ethan cut him off. Dom, are you going soft? Did you forget how well she can act? She's so obsessed with wealth and luxury. How could she bear to leave us? This is just a performance because she knows today is Vivian's birthday. She's just trying to get attention. After hearing this, the doubt on Dominic's face faded. You're right. Just then, both their phones rang simultaneously. They pulled them out and tapped the screens. Dominic, Ethan, when are you coming home? The other two dads are already here waiting. Today's my coming of age party. If you don't come back soon, I'm going to be mad. Vivian's sweet voice filled the room. Both dads' faces lit up with smiles. They carefully held up their phones, sending voice messages to comfort her. The scene was painfully familiar. Once upon a time, they used to comfort me the same way. Turned out the dads hadn't changed. Their hearts had. As they cooed little princess over and over, my heart turned to ash. I moved toward the window. I was afraid of pain, so I'd been choosing gentle ways to die. But I couldn't wait any longer. Right in front of them, I climbed over the windowsill and jumped. Goodbye, dads.